Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're back doing another Dominaria Intermediate Swiss Draft League. And there are two cards in here that I'm looking at, Knight of Grace, Llanowar Elves. Both are extremely good, and it's actually a pretty tough pick. I think I do like green a lot in this format because I like to branch into 3+ colors. Knight of Grace is just in any white deck, you're going to be super happy to have it. And it puts people away a lot better than a Llanowar Elves does. But my gut is telling me to take the Llanowar Elves. But it's tough. It really can go either way for me. Knight of Grace is incredible. I think a 2-mana 3/2 first strike is incredibly powerful. I think I'm still going to err towards the Elves, though. We're going to go with the Ramp Elves. What do you do? Put the top 2 cards of your library in your graveyard, return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. No, that's only okay. Otherwise, we have Grow from the Ashes, but we might just take Siobhan Fire. Actually, we'd probably take Blessed Light. I think Blessed Light is the best card in here. I like Siobhan Fire a lot. It's more versatile than Blessed Light, but, well, it's more versatile in the sense that you can pay 1 and kill something, and then pay 5 and kill something. But this exiles and hits enchantments, which I think is really important in this format. So I'm going to take it over Grow from the Ashes and even the Journey Mage, which I love. Okay. Mari Conjecture, Eldest Reborn, these are good cards. Urkeros is good. No good green. Call the Cavalry is good in white. But this early I like just taking the best card. Urkeros is pretty good. I like the Acolyte and the Sphinx. I don't know which one I like more, now I think about it. Probably the Sphinx. 3 life gain is good, and this works really well with the card right next to it, Soul Salvage. Milling yourself 3, but I'm not 100%. Urkeros is quite good. Best card is probably, I think Eldest Reborn is pretty cool too, actually. It's also a saga, not irrelevant. Bad against tokens, but still pretty good. I think we'll take the Eldest Reborn. Saga cards, it's historic. It's good. So here we have a Candle. Works in any deck. I think Baird is good. I never end up playing this card either, but I think it's good. So yeah, it's that or the Candle. But Candle's removal, so I'm kind of thinking we just take the removal spell. That's also historic. Maybe this is why I never get Baird, because I'm taking removal spells over it. Alright, here we have the Phantom, which comes back, and Acolyte, which flies. I probably err towards Flyer, although we already do have 2 historic cards for Phantom, but I really like Acolyte a lot. Huge advocate and fan. Gift of Growth is fine. Combat Trick, pretty good one. There's not a lot of combat tricks in this format either, and it seems like it's the best card remaining here, so we'll take it. So now we have a Compass, an Envoy. I think the best card is probably the Soothsayer. This card's pretty excellent. I think we'll take it. You're going to kill one of my guys? Alright, I'll sack it and draw a card instead. Probably pairs pretty well in green as well. Alright, so there's Sergeant at Arms, which is good, but we probably take Pierce the Sky for sideboard. None of these cards are necessities for a good deck, and Pierce the Sky is pretty excellent on a sideboard. So Aether Glider, which does fly. I'm fine taking it here. It's also historic. Artificer's Assistant is good, but I think we'll take the Glider. So we can cut black by taking the Evangel. I think Charge actually is probably a better card. But do you splash for Charge? Probably not. Are we necessarily in green though? No. Alright, we'll take the Charge. So we can take another Acolyte, or we can get the Soul Salvage now. I think we probably take Soul Salvage over it. Well, don't know what we're more likely to see. There's not a lot of cards that pair well with Acolyte other than Soul Salvage that I can think of. I think we'll take the Soul Salvage now and just make sure that we get it. Maybe find more Acolytes later. I really like the Abomination a lot. I wish this hit historic cards, but that'd just be too good, I guess. I didn't even realize this card was a legendary sorcery the first time I took it. Let's take the Abomination. Alright, getting the Phantom is nice. So, we're at least in the right color, being in black. This much I am sure of. However, green and white may not be. We may have to venture off somewhere else, but I'm happy with the black cards we got. I can still splash for Blessed Light, potentially. Well, Seal Away is quite good. There's also a Saproling Migration, which is a really versatile card. An Untamed Cavu, which is excellent too. Might just take the Seal Away. It's pretty premium removal. Even if we don't end up in white, you can definitely splash for a Blessed Light and a Seal Away and be happy. So I think we're going to take these two. Or take the Seal Away, rather. Over Migration and Untamed Cavu. By the way, yeah, I can't stress enough how awesome this card is. Super efficient. But we're going to take Seal Away. Good removal. I think Fungal Plots is a cool card, but probably just got to slam the Vicious Offering over the Fungal Infection, despite the Fungal Infection being a very good card, especially with Soothsayer. Hoping we can wheel either a green or black card from this pack. It's also a Gideon's Reproach, but we're definitely taking Offering because they're similar, and we're definitely in black, so I'm going to take it. And there's another, geez, good green cards in here, but I usually err towards removal in most formats. So we have Elfame Druid, but this might be a good opportunity to take the Skittering Surveyor. It helps us play 3-color if we want. Taking the Druid, do we have Kicker? We do not. The Druid and the Surveyor both work well with the Soothsayer. Surveyor more so. Probably take the Surveyor and get the historic card that... It doesn't ramp, though, which is actually relevant here. I think we're still taking Surveyor. Ramping is awesome, but we need to be able to splash if we want. Dreadshade's pretty good. Issue here being it's pretty color intensive, but I think because we're so deep in black, we're deeply entrenched in black, I think it's fine. We can splash white and be fairly light green too. I think this card is really good, isn't it? Yeah. This is a pretty cool late game way to win. There's also a Knight of Malice in here, which is incredibly good. But I'm going to take the Sylvan Awakening. This is one of those cards where you've survived to the late game. You play this and you just win. I think Druid is deceptively good, but we're going to take this opportunity to get the Acolyte number 2. It flies, it works well with our Soul Salvage, and it works well with the Phantom as well, and it's just a good card. Really been a big fan of the Acolyte. Gift from the Ashes seems right up our alley. We're going to take that over Memorial to Folly. Also works really well with the Sylvan Awakening. Another Blood Tallow Candle is fine with me. I like the card quite a bit. I'm going to take it over a Courser, which we would have to splash, and a Dark Bargain, which is fine, but not as good as Candle, I don't think. Alright. Lich's Mastery. So, it's not foil, is it? I can't even tell. That's how bad I am. Let's see if it would. If it was foil, it wouldn't be worth anything anyway, so it doesn't matter. I guess we'll take the Compass. Could help splash. It's also historic. We don't have a real need for the Voltaic Servant other than it having 3 toughness. So we did end up wheeling the Fungal Infection, which makes me pretty happy since I think it's a great card. Really strong. I like it more than the Mammoth Spider. Gift of Growth is good. Cross of Ooze is kind of whatever. So I think it's a pretty fat chance that we splash for the charge. I'm still okay with the Compass. I guess I like Ooze more than Colony, but we probably don't play either. I'll just take the Colony and case a bunch of them wheel for some reason. Confessor, on the other hand, I actually like quite a bit. So we already kind of have a deck. Thallid Omnivore is legit good too. Yeah, we already kind of have a deck, which is nice. I think the cuts are probably, we may be looking at Gift of Growth, although I like that this does quite a bit, but I might just rather splash for hard removal spells like Blessed Light and Seal Away, which deal with pretty much everything. Everything else seems fine. Glider could probably go. Glider's kind of whatever. So here, probably just slam and eviscerate, although, nah, I guess we take the Wild Onslaught because this card is really strong too. We're going to need some more creatures, but I like it. I think Wild Onslaught's a pretty excellent card. So I'm going to take it over Eviscerate, despite Eviscerate being very good too. This card just can get you some Omega value. Spore Swarm is excellent. I like the Migration a lot too. I think the Swarm is probably better because this is more versatile because you can play it as 2 or 6 mana and get a lot, but the instant speed aspect of Spore Swarm really cannot be overstated. Being able to just kill X1s all day is very important. Cast Down is excellent. Another Sylvan Awakening too. I think we probably take Cast Down. We already have a Sylvan Awakening. It's not a card you want to see early. It's definitely a card you want to see late. But getting Cast Down over Urgoros seems fine to me too. Got a real deck full of goodies at the moment, which is nice. Can dump these 3. With Fungal Infection and Spore Swarm and Sylvan Awakening, we kind of have 13 creatures. Sort of. This eventually turns into a creature too. Chainer's Torment's okay, but I think we just slam another Skittering Surveyor and certainly be happy with that. So at this point, the Compass can get the boot. I don't think we need it. Another Blessed Light. What a gift. Taking it, splashing it. Happy with that. Another Fungal Infection. I really like this card a lot. It's really excellent in our deck. Once again, cannot overstate how good it is in conjunction with a Soothsayer or a Wild Onslaught or just neg one that, block your other X1. This card is really awesome. Another Omnivore. We do have Saprolings, so it can gain us life on top of just getting bigger. Probably don't have enough creatures to justify equipment. Guess we'll take an Omnivore. I'm not sure if it's happening though. We're already pretty full. Another Candle. I think we're good with 2. We'll take the Thallid here. Works really well in our deck, I think. Good card in general. Skin Witch is good. I'll take it. I don't know if it's going to make the deck, but another Acolyte is fine. Probably don't need the Envoy. I don't think 3/2s are very good in this deck. The exception being Deathbloom Thallid because it just turns into another dude, so I'm fine trading and getting something else. Yeah, we're going to have to make a lot of cuts here, but that's a fine problem to have, I think. Another Pierce the Sky seems totally justified. Probably don't need another Soul Salvage. Another Thallid seems fine. Alright, take the Warcaller. Take the Vigor. Cut the Plains. Alright. So, plenty of goodies in here. Let's figure out the ones we want and what we're willing to cut. Alright, so this is a creature. This is sort of a creature. These 2 are sort of creatures. So we can definitely cut some creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that would only leave us with 12 creature cards, which seems too light for me. So we're going to at least have to cut a couple of these cards, which I'll have to figure out what. But for now, we can cut probably a Skin Witch. We can cut at least one Omnivore, maybe both. Like I said, I like the card, but maybe one of the Thalids can go. So then we're down to sort of 17 creatures still. We don't have to run the Feral Abomination. I just feel like we can get all the mana we want, so something worth considering, but I'm actually fine cutting it here. Definitely like the Acolytes with the Soul Salvage and the Eldest Reborn. So we have to make 4 more cuts. Maybe a candle. One candle can probably go. How much do I have for Phantom at that point, though? 1, 2, 3. Only 3 is not that much, honestly. Not that. Oh, I guess 4 with the Saga. 4 is still not that much, but I'm probably still more on board with Phantom than Feral Abomination since I have actual ways to mill it and get it back. So, alright. I may still cut the Thallid. I think it's a good card. But I think we're just doing better things. So this leaves us with so we need to. So we have 15 creatures right now. We still need to make 2 more cuts, though. 15 creatures if we include the non-creature cards we've put in, right? These 4. Guess we can cut the Confessor. I like the card a lot. It's just, I think we're doing better things. So then we have to make 1 more cut. It might be the other candle. But then we're losing Historic, which I don't love. I don't really want to cut Soul Salvage because I think it's just so good with Acolyte. We don't have a ton of important creatures to bring back, though, which is worthy of note. But one of the main appeals of Acolyte is Soul Salvage, I think. So we could cut the candle. We're still left with Vicious Offering, Cast Down, Seal Away, Onslaught, Reborn, 2 Blessed Lights. It's a pretty good removal suite. 3 cards to bring Phantom back is not a lot. 4, I guess, if you include Soul Salvage, but we probably cut the candle. I like candle a lot, too. I think it kind of speaks volumes about how good our removal is if we're cutting a candle. But so we have 14 creatures if you include the 10 creature cards, though, is all we can bring back with Soul Salvage. I still probably am fine with Soul Salvage, though. So 14 creatures and then 10 creature cards. You can kind of count this as a creature, too, I think. So really kind of like 15 creatures in my view. I mean, these are not the best creatures, but they'll do. Alright, I think this deck is fine, actually. I like it. Okay, so probably with 2 Surveyors, probably run 1 Plains. Could mill it with the Acolyte, but we're going to risk it. So we probably do If we do 9-7-1, it's more like 11-9-3, which seems fine. We do need triple black for Dreadshade rather, but we do want to play Llanowar Elves on turn 1 as well, so I think we're going to do it like this. This deck's pretty sweet. A little bit clunky, but I've found that's a little bit less of a big deal in this format. We have a lot of removal to help get us to the late game, so I like it. Alright, we'll run it like this. We'll see you around 1.